Game number 1. Up here. Spawning in the top as the red Protoss. You're already chanting his name. It's NaNiwa! And he must go head-to-head in this finals against a fierce opponent, a very dangerous and aggressive one, playing for Startail. He goes by the name of Life.
All right, NaNiwa has gone for the pylon we've seen him get in almost every single game so far versus Zerg that he's played in this tournament, which was only against Hyun. He's seemed to favor a lot the Nexus first, but it looks like in this game he's going to go for his standard Gateway 13. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes into the double gas like he did before, and then just from there uses his best build, what he said was his best build order, which he somehow lost with the first 2 games against Hyun. It was the double Stargate Void Ray into the quick charge, charge load build. And it just felt like in the first 2 games he wasn't executing that well, and Hyun countered it perfectly. But later on he corrected some of those things in the build. He made it better as times went on, and he made it work very nicely. Whoa, nice hatch block, but NaNiwa always scouts for it.
Always scouts for it. And what is his going to be response here? He's seen it nice and early.
He's going to chrono boost, I think, 2 Zealots.
Yeah.
Usually you can even pull some probes, but NaNiwa does not seem interested in doing just this, so I think he's just going to chrono boost 1 Zealot for sure, maybe a second one, and get a slow cancel on it, and then from there he just either goes into a Stargate or a quick Robo. There are a lot of possible responses. Yeah. The thing is, his expanding is going to be delayed quite a bit, especially since he does not seem interested in pulling probes. Oh, he was supply blocked for some time. He threw down the second pylon quite late. You saw now the Zealot was queued and didn't start.
All right, well, let's find out how this is going to unfold here momentarily. As the first Chrono Boost has gone into that gateway, and we will see the Zealot out there. Hatchery has been thrown down here for Life, back at home, as well as the spawning pool, of course, will be... I mean, on its... Well, it's already been made here. Is the Zealot going across here? Let's have a look how well NaNiwa's going to be able to deal with this. Zealot's going on the hatchery already.
Second one underway as well.
Yeah.
What do you think? Stargate? Robo? Okay, the hatch just finished at 352. A queen takes 150 seconds to complete, but now the queen hasn't been started. I'm pretty sure NaNiwa is looking at the hatchery right now, waiting to see if a queen starts. If the queen begins and he sees it, he's gonna time it really, really well to go there with probes, surround the queen as it comes out, not to let it drop down Cryptomore. This is very important. If Life drops down the Cryptomore here, I mean, he's gonna be so far ahead.
All right, well, let's find out if that's going to be the case here, because the Zealots are already doing a lot of damage to this hatchery.
Yeah.
The Mothership Core comes in with a bit of extra damage on top of it, and to be honest, that little hatchery looks like it's going down here, doesn't it?
With Life's build here, he got the pull way too late to be able to get a queen on time, so he's not even going to start it, which I like here, because in the meantime, he's taking a third base, he's going to be going for speed, and just like his opener in general, imagine how long this is going to take to be removed. This creep is going to take a long time to disappear. In the meantime, Life is not only taking a third base, he's making sure he cannot die against any kind of one-base aggression by getting speed and having the capability of making Zerglings that are going to be very strong in this situation.
But the Stargate has been made for NaNiwa. He's already got an Oracle on the way. There's 3 Zealots out there which are moving across to the other side of the map. Surely, this third hatchery will not survive here. There's no way to defend it at this point. He's making a couple of Zerglings here. If the Mothership gets over there, and maybe the Oracle as well, if NaNiwa was to destroy this hatchery...
I don't think he's going to be able to, actually. If Life from here just gets mass Zerglings, with speed on the way and just a few seconds, well, a little bit less than a minute away from finishing, he should be able to defend this. He's, surprisingly enough, he's not sending queens over there. But I do not think that he's going to be letting this die.
All right, well, let's find out, because the Mothership Core and Oracle's here to back the 3 Zealots up. The Life slings moving across here, looking to get us around. The Oracle's going to obviously turn on his Pulsar Beam, and here we do go. The Zealots are going still to town on this hatchery. And it's down to 400 hit points. The Zergling's waiting, and they're just going to give it up. And NaNiwa will destroy the third hatchery of Startail Life here.
I'm really surprised Life did not try to defend better than this by sending some queens. And behind this, we had a Phoenix made. And if we look at the income right now, actually, NaNiwa is quite far ahead on walkers. He has to be careful with the sentry at the ramp.
Oh, it looked like NaNiwa actually tried to go down there to force fill in between the pylons. He recalled back with the Zealots, but it doesn't look like his Nexus is going to be saved here, and Life delivers a blow over to his opponent there, and it is cancelled. And NaNiwa will go back to one base for now.
Yeah, let's look at the worker count for a second. 27 to 19. What this attack achieved by NaNiwa is that he forced units out of his opponent. He's gonna do okay against those Zerglings. He's gonna defend for now, but next wave, he left the sentry on his ramp. So he's gonna be alright. He's not gonna die here. He can just swap in Zealots, make sure he holds. Life's gonna try to go for the probe. Oh, he could force field. Oh, okay, that was close.
Alright, well, here we are. Going to see NaNiwa try to re-expand here momentarily. Has thrown down a couple of gateways and started Phoenix production. But if you were in a situation, especially because there's 12 more Zerglings on the way, how is NaNiwa shaped up? He's got a sentry. He can start to make another wall, or a bit extend that wall, should I say. Yeah,
I think if he manages to wall here and gets one more sentry behind his wall, he's going to be quite all right. But Life does not want to let this happen. This is going to be so close. If he can get in with the Zerglings, he's going to keep on trading against the Zealots, get one more cancel on the Nexus possibly, and it's going to be so hard for NaNiwa to manage his Phoenixes at the same time.
Yeah, okay, the Zerglings get in there, they surround that Zealot immediately, and now NaNiwa is forced in a position where what does he do? How is he going to defend this? He whoops in 3 more Zealots. Can he hold on? The Phoenixes on the other side will pick up a Queen. And the Zealots are here to help out. Supply block here for Life at the moment, and 44 supply. NaNiwa so far doing all right. Picks off, or will pick off this Queen here, I think.
Wow, NaNiwa's doing quite all right. Yeah, he's a little bit behind on workers, but he's going to kill those 2 Queens. He's going to be able to pick off even more units later on, and he's going to secure his expansion most of all, which I was not sure this was going to be possible at this point.
And NaNiwa starting off this game really well. He's lost the Oracle, he's lost some Zealots, but look at that, 43 Zerglings have been picked off already in this game. Another squad comes here, but with 4 Zealots, more sentries being warped in, this expansion will get established. But it's 2 base versus 2 base here.
Yes, and NaNiwa, he has those Phoenixes above his opponent's natural. Those, they are not just going to be able to pick off things.
Yeah.
They get a perfect scout of anything Life is going to be able to start in this game. So NaNiwa can react to anything he sees from there.
And NaNiwa can stop any drone that tries to take a 3rd base, can pick it up. Any Queen that tries to assist the drone going down can pick it up. And NaNiwa finds himself in a very dominant position. A weird start to this series, but a good one here for the Swede.
Yeah, and adding on 2 extra gateways, he's going to go up to 5 gateways. He might go for a pressure. That's exactly what he's doing right now. He's moving out with very few units. He wants to force out more units. He could recall if he gets in trouble as well.
And on the 3rd base, he's found the drone, he's picked it up, he's killed it. No drone there, no 3rd hatchery, and NaNiwa keeps his opponent back. 8 roaches now are on the way, though. They're going to be critical in the defense here, but there is a time warp available. There's going to be a lot of Zealots. There's also Phoenixes to back this up. There's only a single Spine Crawler here, a Spore Crawler being made. NaNiwa finding himself in a very, very good position in game number 1.
Yeah, I like that he gets a Forge behind this, by the way. He's going to be able to start some upgrades. Since he's committing to aggression now, he cannot get his Robo just yet. Nice pickup with all of those drones. Oh my god, those Phoenixes, they are like so annoying right now for Life.
Well,
there's not much he can do against them.
Well, Life has seen the units in the middle now, and he sees the pylon. The Twilight Council has been thrown down behind this, as well as a Void Ray starting here. Is NaNiwa saying that he doesn't really want to try to break through this, just kind of keep his opponent back on 2 bases for as long as possible? Maybe find a snipe on that 3rd hatchery, now that he's seen it.
Yeah, he's just going to find out about it, but I think it's too risky. He saw that there was roaches. He doesn't know how many there are exactly, and I think he might be afraid of Burrow, which is exactly what Life is doing. So NaNiwa, although he hasn't seen everything, he's anticipating everything right now. And the responses of Life have been beautiful so far, although NaNiwa, in my opinion, is still quite far ahead.
Well, it looks like NaNiwa is going over to his traditional style, getting that Zealot charge out nice and early to help his Zealots take any fights, and also to really be a nuisance for any units that are trying to get toward the Void Rays, which he's also begun here. But Life has found that probe, and he will try to stop it.
Life wants to go into Roach Hydra, but his economy is just so low. He's getting 2 additional drones right now. He's just barely ahead on the Walker count, which is never going to be good for Zerg against a Protoss.
Yeah, and these Phoenixes starting to bank up their energy, picking off Roach by Roach, and it's going to have a hard time here for Life to do anything, as long as he force fields well here.
He needs to force field very quickly here.
Are we going to see anything? Oh, there they do come down. He does trap a couple of those Roaches. More importantly, kind of saving one of the 2 of the 3 sentries.
You know what? Those Phoenixes have so much energy. No one of these roaches is going to escape.
Yeah, and NaNiwa will just go ahead and take that down. But behind this, we do see the Temporal Archives already on the way.
Look at the units lost right now. Life said he was going to win 4-0. This is not the start he was expecting, I think, in this series.
61 Zerglings, 10 Roaches, and 2 Queens been picked off for not a lot for NaNiwa, who will establish his 3rd base finally.
And the Templar Archives finishes. NaNiwa has a lot of gas. If he goes into Storm from there, if he anticipates the Hydralist transition, he's gonna do quite well. He hasn't spotted the Hydra is den.
Well, here he goes to scout right now. Let's have a look what he finds. He finds drones initially, sees the Hydralisk, and we do see that storm starting up, so he knows exactly what he's playing against here. But also, more importantly, scouts the third base without gases. He knows his opponent is a little bit crippled when it comes to his economy.
Yes, and Life, he knows that there is a very short timing here. He has to hit and make work in order to regain the advantage maybe in this game. So he might try to go for a pre-storm attack. He was hesitating here for a second. He was moving across the map. You can tell right now he's a little bit confused. He's not really being put in this position very often by his opponents.
Well, here comes Life. He's got a lot of units here, a lot of Hydralisks. How well is NaNiwa going to deal with this?
Storm was cancelled.
Storm was cancelled indeed. 2 Archons made instead. Looks like NaNiwa didn't want to wait for it and just needed to make sure he could get this third Nexus up. Life's going to come down here. There is a couple of force fields, actually no force fields.
And gonna pick up some Hydras.
Yeah, the time warp is there. The Zealots get right in. The 3 Void Rays backing this up nicely. And NaNiwa is going to push this back. The Zealots prevail here. And look at this. Life goes in, but Life leaves just as fast as NaNiwa pushes him back. 3 Void Rays untouched. Archons underneath them as well. But most importantly, out of all of it,
yeah,
NaNiwa keeps the third.
Yeah, he's quite satisfied with that exchange here. The units lost still almost 7,000 for Life, almost 3,000 for NaNiwa. So NaNiwa, I'm really impressed here by him in this first game. He's playing so well. He's getting his +2 now. He's pumping out Void Rays from just one Stargate like SOS. And in the meantime, he's gonna look to possibly add Storm.
Yeah.
And you know, at first I didn't like the choice of cancelling Storm because I think he could have gotten it anyway. But I see how the fight went, and I completely agree with him on that cancel.
All right, well, double Roach attack here. Life looking for a way back into this game. 5 Roaches to the natural here, more to the third base as well. Small moves like this always allow Life to get back into the game, but NaNiwa is going to deal with it on his third base kind of fast. Didn't lose too many workers there, and is having forced to use the Photon Overcharge, going to defend his natural as well. But what I think's really scary now is that a lot of gateways are finished up, with a lot of units thrown down here for NaNiwa. As we can see, with gut upgrades at +2, a good army composition already. Does Life have what it takes to hold on to his third at this point?
It's going to be really hard. He's going to need a ton of Swarm Hosts. Right now he's getting the 5 first. He's preparing a huge defense. You see Spine Crawlers and Spore Crawlers on his third base, and he's trying to buy time with those counter attacks, which are actually doing quite well, of buying him time, but not doing any damage just yet.
Yeah, I mean, the third base was evacuated with the pros, but these Roaches are causing NaNiwa a bit of a headache here.
Oh, maybe warp in the ramp.
Oh, he does block it for now, but that didn't last too long there as the Roaches burst through that straight away. But NaNiwa on the other side says, screw it, whatever, is going to go for an attack. And well, those force fields, not the best of force fields there for NaNiwa, but he has more importantly broken the third. But can he keep on defending with the units he has at home to stop Life? This is really becoming an equal game. Look at the supplies, really equal here, but a Swarm Host does get picked off there. An army supply in vantage for NaNiwa. Time warp down, but how much of these Roaches done back at home?
I mean, he sniped a very important base here where there was 2 gases here, and now Life has had to transfer drones on the left-hand side, but he doesn't have the gases here just yet, so he's going to be quite lacking gas. NaNiwa defended well enough back at home to say he's ahead right now, I think. And now he's researching Storm. I think if he just had a bunch of Templars, keeps on moving around, make sure he doesn't fight the Locust, he's going to win this game right out. And now he's getting the Robo as well. He needs to make sure he has an Observer with his army. We could be seeing some Warp Prism drop as well. I think NaNiwa is in a great position at this point.
All right, well, let's see if he can keep on to that great position, because Life is a world-class player. He's already displayed it by these small attacks that have got him back into the game. Locust coming on the right-hand side, as well as Roaches, Locust on the other side, Roaches on that side.
And this guy, Life, he can make magic happen with a few Infestors. We've seen it versus Hero, where he came back from such a deficit. So it's going to be his unit of choice here in this game to maybe try and come back. He's making a few right now.
Well, more Roaches break into the natural here, really causing NaNiwa to defend in multiple locations. A cannon will not complete on that natural to help out. Really for more detection than anything. A couple of Void Rays do come back to help. But at the same time, NaNiwa needs to really compose himself once he gets rid of all these units.
Yeah, there's no Observer yet. The first one is being made now. You know what NaNiwa should do? A Dark Shrine. If you can just defend quite easily with Dark Templars against this.
All right, well, we'll see what choice he makes now, as the Observer will help clean these up. Locusts are coming to the right-hand side, but if we look at the Locust count here, it's up to 13 already, and Life has got a supply lead for the time being. I
think he's trying to get a critical mass of Swarm Hosts to come back in this game, and Life is doing quite a good job of it so far. NaNiwa is completely ignoring the left-hand side base, which he should know about it at this point. I mean,
no, he's definitely saw it earlier on, so he definitely knows that it's there, but as we can see, is NaNiwa starting to lose grip as you described, a winning position, or at least a leading position for the time?
I do think he's being too passive right now. He should keep moving left and right, attack the left-hand side base while dropping a War Prism in the main. That would be the best way to deal with this. And I know he's actually quite struggled before versus Swarmhost in the past. There was the DreamHack Open Stockholm where he lost against a Swedish player that was, well, he lost a map. And had played some very tough games against a Swedish player that was using a lot of Swarmhost.
Oh, what a good grab there by Life. And the High Templar. Oh no, this could be absolutely disastrous. NaNiwa throws down as many storms, but he's always lost 3 of his High Templar. A lot of the Zealot's gone in. Oh my god, a couple of great fungals from Life. Puts him at a massive advantage. Look at that, 186 supply to 134. NaNiwa drops. And his army composition isn't right for what Life has built. And throughout all of this, Life has bought himself time through these roaches.
Yeah, the roaches in the main being even more annoying now, forcing a lot of Zealot Warp ins there. And this is the worst thing you can do against Swarmhost. Attack into the Locust and either get fungled or abducted or anything. It's always going to go really bad. And Life is going to keep up with those roaches run by. He reacts very quickly. You know, even these Zealots, they could kill those roaches very easily, but Life always reacts very quickly. He could actually just burrow here on the left.
Well, it looks like NaNiwa is going to sit back again because he's got another robotics facility. He's going up to Colossus now. He's really changing up his army composition, realizing what he has currently is not good enough. But I really feel and fear for him at this point because, I mean, Life is just playing so well.
Yeah,
he's played so good so far.
NaNiwa had killed so much. They had about the same supply, but NaNiwa had stronger units. He didn't exploit that advantage to keep on moving around and keep on inflicting damage. Now, Life finds himself very comfortable on 4 bases. He's not losing units anymore, except the ones that he wants to throw away, which is some very cheap roaches. And with this many Swarmhosts, it's going to be so hard for NaNiwa to make this work. He's got one of his robo, actually, on his 3rd base that could get sniped by the Locust. Finally, he moves towards the left side of the map. Oh, actually, he goes back to the middle. He has to be careful here. He's going to get fungled.
Life's going to be ready for this. The Locusts are already out. And to be honest, I'm not sure if NaNiwa can do this. One storm on the right-hand side. Archons on the left just getting destroyed immediately. Other storms going to be enough? I don't think so, as Life is so far ahead. Good storms do come down from NaNiwa, but is it enough behind all of it as the fungals come down? The Hydra survive and Life will take